Hey you guys, I said I would try to do one of these videos every week, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to do one every week. But anyway, I'm going to do this one today because now I know that there's people out there that's kind of interested. Today I'm going to talk about losing and gaining weight on a plant-based diet. Just to let you guys know that it is possible to gain weight eating plant-based. Anyway, these are all my experiences, things that I've gone through and I've experienced on my own. As far as doing this, I've been on my journey since July 27th of 2016. I'm not sure of how much weight I've lost, but I know I've gone up and down in the process. In the beginning, I think I dropped down like, I'm not sure. But anyway, I haven't been on a scale in a while. But I just wanted to come and do this because, like I said, there's a few people out there that's really interested in it. I'm not going to wear y'all out with it every day or every week. And even if I do a video every week, it won't necessarily be about weight loss or plant-based or anything like that. It may just be some stuff I feel like venting about. Anyway, my plans are to make another YouTube page and basically do a blog, or maybe not a blog, but just talk about a little bit of everything. But anyway, let me get into this. We're going to talk about losing and gaining weight on a plant-based diet. Here's the thing about that. No matter what you do, number one is you're going to still have to exercise. Because the rule of it is that you have to expend or burn as much as you take in. So, even eating plant-based, you can, plant-based is considered, a lot of things are considered plant-based. And that's just anything that doesn't have animal products in it. And I know you guys know, but I'll just name some things, for the people that know but may not be thinking about it. That's any animal products are basically butter, milk, eggs, anything that comes from those things. Butter, milk, egg, cheese. And people don't use lard like they used to, but some people still cook with lard or bacon grease or whatever. Because people always say, well, I got some beans, just eat the beans and rice, but you still cooked it with, salt meat or whatever you want to call it, pork. Some people use pigtails, But anyway, it's just the thing of when you tell people you eat a plant-based diet, they'll say, well, just eat the vegetables out of it, or just eat the beans out of it, or just, but it's been cooked in that. So that's one of the things. And excuse me if I jump around a little bit. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to start doing this, so I can practice on my wording and learning how to speak, because I've never been much of a speaker. But anyway, that's another story, and I'll get to that another time. But let me get back to the plant-based thing. Plant-based, again, like I said, is anything that doesn't pertain animal products. That could be potatoes, white bread, white rice. I chose not to do the white rice because it's higher in carbs, and it also turns into sugar. And so that was my reason for doing it. But there's vegans, there's also vegetarians, or people that eat plant-based that still eat white rice, or they eat a lot of potatoes, or they eat, a lot of stuff that we think, or that some of us think, that's not plant-based, or that's not good for us, and they're not good for us. But like I said, if you're just doing it just to be healthy and you're not really worried about losing weight or whatever, that's a whole different thing. But in my case, I wanted to do it for both. I wanted to be healthy, but I also have been on this weight thing my whole life. For those of you who don't know me, or those of you who don't know, I've been up and down in my weight my whole life. So when I started this journey, I started it for two reasons. I started it because they told me I was borderline diabetic. I didn't want to go that route. And also, I was looking for different ways to try to lose my weight and keep my weight under control. So anyway, like I said, in the beginning, I started off, I stopped eating everything, and I kind of went above and beyond, because not only did I give up meat and seafood and animal products, but I gave up a lot of other stuff like sodas and candy. I used to eat a lot of candy, drink a lot of cold drink. Well, I've never really been a big cold drink drinker, but I used to drink them a lot, and tea and different stuff like that. So I gave up a lot of stuff. I gave up all of that, you know. And on top of that, I gave up a lot of the other stuff, like I said, white rice, white bread, a whole lot of potatoes, different stuff like that. And just on a side note, you can use sweet potatoes in the place of white potatoes. Even French fries, they're making French fries out of sweet potatoes, and they're pretty good. So, you know, that's another alternative. Now, I still eat potatoes, but I just don't eat them as much as I used to. And I still eat French fries and all of that, but not as often as I used to. And when I do, I bake them instead of frying them. So that's another thing as far as the weight loss side of it. A lot of stuff that we eat are fried, you know. A lot of the things that we eat are fried. And so that's another thing that, you know, if you're trying to lose weight, you should probably try to get away from. And not only just losing weight, but it's higher in cholesterol when you use a lot of grease. Excuse me. But back to what I was saying. When I started my journey, I gave up a lot of stuff that was beyond being vegan or beyond being plant-based, but that was my choice. So anyway, what happened was I lost a lot of weight really fast, and that's why it seemed like it was a really big thing, because I dropped a lot of weight. I can't remember how much, but it was really quick. And I started feeling better, I started sleeping better, and different stuff like that. I wasn't waking up trying to catch my breath in the middle of the night, because when I was heavier, I used to do that, and they were thinking that I had sleep apnea. I was supposed to go get tested for it, but I never went to do it. But anyway, since I've lost the weight, I don't wake up gasping for air sometimes like I used to. I don't snore as hard as I used to. Now when I'm super tired, I probably still do snore, but not as hard as I used to. But these are some of the things that comes from being overweight. Sometimes it's hard to sleep, sometimes you can't catch your breath, sometimes you stop breathing in the middle of the night, and all those type of things. But anyway, back to what I was saying, when I first started my journey, I lost a lot of weight, and I lost it kind of fast. It wasn't that they say it's too fast when you lose a lot of weight, because I wasn't starving myself. I was just eating better. And then as I went along, I started adding some of the things back to my diet that were still plant-based, but that I had originally taken out of my diet. And I started noticing that I was gaining a little weight, and it may not even been enough for people outside to notice, but I live with me, so I know, you know, I could feel it in my clothes, I could tell in my belt loops, all of that different type of stuff, and I could just feel that I was putting on a few pounds. And I think part of that had to do with the fact that at the time, when I first moved here to Atlanta, I wasn't working the way I used to work. And so that was from being at home a lot and snacking and eating. And even though I was snacking, even though they were plant-based snacks, they were still snacks, you know. And so that's what I'm saying. Back to the beginning, you have to burn as much as you take in. If you take in too much and you're not burning, even if you're just on a regular diet, not just a plant-based diet, that's basically the key. If you can work out all day long, and if you're still eating fried chicken and fried fish and fried this and French fries and this, that, and other, you're not going to lose weight. You'll gain, you'll bulk, and you'll get some muscle. You'll just get bigger. Like some dudes you see, they eat anything and everything they want, and they're just constantly getting bigger, and they still swole, but they're bigger. They're not lean and ripped and cut, and that's what they do. That's what most bodybuilders do. Around their bulking season, they just eat a lot so they can gain, but they're constantly working out. And then when it comes time to the cutting season, when it comes time to close to performance time, they start to cut. And what that means is they eat less of that fat stuff and still work out, and then that's when they start leaning out and getting the cuts and all of that different type of stuff. So that's just a little side note, you know, from Dr. LaBaud. I'll charge y'all for that one later. I'll give you that one, charge it to the game. But anyway, it's just some things that I read and some things that I get interested in. I've never been the smartest person in the world, but when I'm interested in something, I kind of do some research and find out. But those are some keys to just losing weight, period. You know, whether you're doing it plant-based, whether you're doing vegan, vegetarian, or just a regular diet, or whatever you're doing. But like I said, in my experiences, it's been plant-based. And so that's my point. I'm trying to get to the point of you have to exercise while you're doing, you know, even while you're doing the plant-based thing, if you want to lose weight. Now, if you're not trying to lose weight, don't even worry about what I'm saying. Just eat whatever you want, when you want, and how you want, because it's still healthy for you. But in my case, and in many other cases, people want to lose weight, and they contemplate going vegan or plant-based or vegetarian for that reason. And so that's what I'm that's what I'm basically getting to. So here's the thing, the things that I said that I added back to my diet that I didn't do in the beginning was, one was peanut butter and jelly. I love peanut butter and jelly. I could eat it with a spoon. I don't even need bread, but most of the time I do eat. And even though I eat it with wheat bread, it's still bread. And I use like Smucker's strawberry jelly. That stuff is straight sugar. You know, so it's still plant-based, but it still has a lot of sugar in it, and it's still not great for you, you know, if you're trying to lose weight. And another thing, I started drinking beer again, not every day, you know, or not like a whole 6-pack or a 12-pack when I do drink it, but maybe on a Friday evening, I'll have 2 or 3, at the most 3 or 4 beers, and maybe a shot or something, which I hadn't been doing in a long, long time, because I really had quit drinking. And so those are some things that I added back to my diet. And like I said, the bread itself, even though it's wheat bread, it still has carbs. And then the French fries, again, I stopped doing them altogether, and then I started to do them maybe on a Friday evening. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know, but at home in New Orleans, we have this thing, like Mondays red beans and Friday seafood and this, that, and the other. So my wife found me these crabless crab cakes, and they're really good. So that's what I would do on Friday. I said, okay, it's seafood night, so I'll eat the crabless crab cakes and bake me some French fries. So I got me some seafood. You know, those are alternatives, and I shared those on my page as well, so you can see the stuff that I'm talking about, some of the alternatives that I use. But anyway, but like I say, that's the main thing. And then like I've added a few other things like the ice cream, this Ben and Jerry's peanut butter Oreo ice cream or something like that. It's non-dairy, but it's still sugar, and it's, you know, I don't eat a whole thing of it. In the beginning I used to take like 2 or 3 spoonfuls of it, and now sometimes if I'm going through something, and that's another thing I'm gonna touch on. If I'm going through something, I may eat a half a carton of it. But the point I'm trying, but even that, not to get off the subject, but that's the thing about eating. We all eat out of comfort anyway. Maybe not all of us, but most of us do, you know, because it's just in us. We do it for weddings, we do it when babies are born, we do it when people die, we do it at funerals, we do it at graduate. I mean, everything that we do, it's not centered around food, but food is always in the equation, you know. And so most of us do it out of comfort, and those of us who are overweight mainly are the ones that do it out of comfort. Some people drink, some people sex addicts, some people smoke, some people whatever, but everybody has a vice. And for the people that's overweight, most of us, some of it, I'll say a little bit of it is hereditary, but most of it is because we do it out of comfort, you know. Because I can, even though I've been on this plant-based thing, there's times when I've had a hard day at work, or somebody pissed me off, or it's been a bad day, or whatever the case might be, and all I want to do is go home and eat. Even though I'm eating plant-based, I still may go home and eat too much, because I eat these potato chips. They kettle cooked, or they're vegan potato chips. They're kettle cooked, I forget how, I think that's how you say it. And they're good for you, but if you sit there and eat a third of the bag or half of the bag, which I really don't do that much because I've never been a crazy potato chip person either. But just saying that to say, we do these things out of comfort, you know. And so whenever you're doing any kind of diet, whether it's vegan, plant-based, or just a regular diet, or just trying to get a lifestyle change, you have to come to grips and come to terms with those things first. Now, I haven't come to terms with my demons as far as to why I eat, or why I feel comfortable when I eat, and all of that. And it might be hard for you to do the same, but those are some of the first things that you have to kind of, even that you have to admit to, or that you have to realize that it's just deeper than, oh, I'm greedy and I want to eat. Because, you know, people tell you that when you're a kid. People are harsh, and they'll tell you, you just greedy, damn, you greedy, you want to eat up everything. But again, like I said, most of that comes from comfort. We eat out of comfort. And as we get older, and we don't even realize that, and we just do it, you know. But anyway, let me get back on the subject. If you're trying to lose weight, and you're thinking about a vegan diet, or let me say a lifestyle, because I hate the word diet. I've tried them all throughout my life, and I just hate the word. If you're trying to do a vegan lifestyle, or if you're trying to do a plant-based lifestyle, or vegetarian, whatever you're doing, if you're trying to do it to lose weight, the main thing that you have to remember is you have to get out and move. Whether you go walking, whether you ride a bike, whether you exercise in your house. You can get cans of food, or cans of something, or gallons of water, or bottles of water, anything. You could just move. Make sure you get some exercise. And exercise, the purpose for exercising is to lubricate your joints and get your body moving and get your blood flowing and get your heart rate up. And getting your heart rate up is what makes your metabolism go higher. Because people don't understand that this dude, the skinniest dude, I've had a lot of people like that. They can eat up everything in the place and never gain a pound. Whereas you're bigger, and if you just breathe food, you feel like you're gonna blow up. Well, their metabolism is high. Because I used to work with a person that was a runner, and she was this big, but she ate up everybody's food in the lunchroom, and then she was still looking for more. But she could do that because she used to run. Her metabolism was super high. But if you just sit around, your metabolism gonna be slow, and then the older you get, the slower it gets. But anyway, those are just some tips as far as losing weight. You know, if you're trying to lose weight and stuff like that. Exercise, ride a bike, go swimming, go skating, whatever you like to do. Just move around, you know, get your heart rate up, get your metabolism up, and that'll burn what you take in. And as you go, the more you exercise, the more you'll be able to eat. You know, even if it's just regular food, the more you exercise, the more you'll be able to eat and keep yourself straight, you know. But anyway, I don't think I've covered everything, but I'll do another video another time. But that's the main thing I want to say. Even on a plant-based diet or a vegan diet or a lifestyle, you can still gain weight. I've experienced that. It's time for me to get back in the gym because I've been slacking on the gym. I'm not going to lie about that. Y'all know my biggest thing is transparency. And I'm not going to lie and say, man, I'm in the gym every day and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You'll know when I'm doing it because you'll be able to see the difference in the way I look. So I don't have to brag about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. And so like I said, it's time for me to step my game back up and get back in the gym. And some of the things that I've added to my diet, I'll have to do less of or take them out, you know. And I'm pretty sure that the beer #1 will probably be one that'll come out. Now I enjoy having it, but it's just not good for me. And so I'll have to do it maybe less or maybe not at all, but I don't know. I'll figure that out when I figure it out. But anyway, again, like I said, get in the gym. Even if you're not in the gym, move around. Find you something to do. Go walk and get you a friend and just walk, you know. And for the people at home, go on the levee and just walk. Go walk around your neighborhood. Do something, you know what I'm saying? But the key to this video is that regardless of what type of lifestyle you want to do, you're gonna have to exercise. A lot of people don't like to exercise, but you gotta do something. Move around. Get in your front room and do some sit-ups, or get in your front room and just dance. If you like dancing, dance. That's exercise. Get your heart rate up. You know, something that's gonna make you breathe and that's gonna make you feel better. And even when I'm guilty of it all the time, man. I'm too tired to go to the gym. I don't feel good, but when you do go, you feel really, really good. It releases all kind of endorphins and all kind of different stuff that I can't tell you about. I don't know how they work and all that, but I know how they make me feel after I've gone to the gym. Even on days when I really didn't feel like going. You know, I've gone and I'll be like, man, I feel real good, you know. But anyway, and another thing before I go, drink water. I hear people all the time saying, I hate water, I don't drink no water. I drink Coke, or I drink juice, or I drink this, you know. And that's another thing that I went through a bout with gout for a little while. And everybody was telling me about cherry juice, so I picked that up too. I don't do it anymore, but I picked it up, and I was drinking like damn near half a gallon a day or every other day or something like that. I was drinking a lot of it. That's another thing. Because when I did my journey, when I started my journey, I cut all of that out. No orange juice, no grapefruit juice, no grape juice, no kind of juices. And then I picked up the cherry juice to help me with the gout. And I just got hooked on that, so I was drinking it with my dinner every day, but I wasn't drinking it, but it was still more than what I was doing. That was another reason that I was gaining weight. So anyway, like I said, back to the water. Drink water. I drink alkaline water because the study shows that is better for you. It absorbs in your tissues better, and that cancer and all kind of different diseases, they can't survive in an alkaline environment, which means they won't survive in your body if you constantly have an alkaline. And alkaline is not just in your waters. Alkaline is also in your green vegetables and different stuff like that. So it's because some people say they don't drink the alkaline water, but they eat their alkaline. That's what they mean by that. But anyway, that's another tip. Like I say, whether it's alkaline water or bottled water or faucet water, just drink water. You gotta drink some water. You'd be surprised how much better your body feels when you drink water. And water keeps you flexible. It keeps your muscles and your joints and everything flexible. If you take a piece of paper or take something and get it moist, it's hard to break. It'll bend easier. But if it's crispy, it'll crack open. That's kind of the concept with that. But anyway, again, I probably left out a lot more than what I wanted to say, but this is kind of long now, so I'm going to cut it off. And if you guys, again, like I always say, if you have any questions, you can inbox me, or you can talk to me on my page or whatever, because my page is not private. Follow me on YouTube. I'm going to start a new YouTube page. It's going to be called I would try to keep it a secret, but I can't. It's going to be called the OG. It's going to be called OG Chronicles. Now that don't stand for original gangster. That stands for old guy. But anyway, that's going to be. I'm going to do that new page. It's going to be kind of like a blog page where I'll just be discussing a little bit of everything. You guys, if you come on there, you might have to excuse me because sometimes I cuss, and sometimes I get frustrated, and sometimes I vent, and sometimes I'll sing, and most times I'll just talk about maybe what happened to me that week or that day or whatever. But anyway, right now, follow me at Facebook, follow me at YouTube, Adam LaBaud Jr. And excuse me, and Instagram, Datsingerdudeboo, Datsingerdudeboo. That's all one word. And I'm trying to get my little Snapchat up. So follow me on Snapchat, Datsingerdude. That just leave the B-O-O off. Datsingerdude, just Datsingerdude, I believe. So follow me on Snapchat. I'm on Twitter too at Junior LaBaud, but I don't be on there as much. Maybe I'll try to get back on there. But anyway, you guys have a blessed day. One love, and like I said, if you have any questions, I'm always open. I don't mind sharing. So, peace and love. One love.